Good day, my friends. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic and feeling groovy. Good day to you all. Welcome to a morning live stream with Mr. Buzz. A tiny bit late, but still nonetheless. And we have Kirk and Michelle. Mr. Tojo wasn't the first or second today. Wow, what's up with that? That I must have threw him off with the 15 minutes late thing. Loretta made it in third place. Michelle in second. That's usually a contest between Kirk and Tojo every day. Who's going to be first? And Tojo wasn't even in the running today. That's just bizarre. Who else we got? Yori. And Maria Parkinson is here. And Christopher is here. Nick Vandenbrake, good afternoon to you. Joan is here. I think I got everybody so far. Says we got 26 people, only 7 smashed away at the like button, so give us some of that smashery. Slacker, Mr. Tojo, I'm telling you. I don't think I've ever seen you not be first, second, or third. It's always one of those. The one and only Shofar Girl is here. Valerie Garza is here, and Alana is here. I assume, Alana, NY means from New York, but I could be wrong about that. But I assume that's what NY means. Alana from New York. There's Sandro. My buddy, good to see you always, my man. Who else is going to show up here? 26 and 17, smash the like button. That's a little better. Still some more smashery is needed, though. Some more of that smashery. I need to write a little smashery jingle so I can sing it and get you all to smash. That new coffee machine got him. He's bouncing off the walls. So my main man, Jersey City Joe, is here. Yes, no need to wait for the drum rolls anymore. No need to wait for him. There's Leah. Hello, Leah. Well, I say that, and then no one comes across with one. Where are those rolls anyway? Do I got to do it myself? What's going on? There we go. There we go. Setting up my new phone, so semi-lurking. Oh, that's what's got Mr. Tojo a little preoccupied. That's what it is. And Jared Emmanuel is here, and Tippy Toes to Nose is here. Well, we got lots of drum rolls now. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's what that means. It just dawned on me. I saw you type that yesterday. I'm like, what's Gitsy? What in the world is Gitsy? Daughter of the King, who's also a fur mom, is here as well. Nice to have you all. It did. Boy, everybody was repenting for everything. They just went right to town, repenting like crazy. It was awesome. It was totally awesome. Nice catching the start when I should be going to bed. Sleep's overrated. Mr. Buzz's live streams are better than sleep. Much better than sleep. We have more drum rolls today than Buddy Rich. Yeah. Yes, not many people know who Buddy Rich is anymore, for sure, but I certainly do. The man who could do more with one hand than most drummers ever did with two. fur mom and I are two different people. Oh. Okay. Now I am confused. Because I thought, wow, okay. I'm really confused now. Never mind. I'm just going to call you daughter of the king from now on and not worry about it. I'm confused. There was some crossover there, but my brain will melt if I even think about that anymore. So, -1 Fahrenheit. It's cold as can be here, Kirk. Oh, don't remind me, brother. Poor Mr. Jacob. Oh, two different daughter of the kings. Okay. Well, that should be good and confusing. Tui is called daughter of the king. Great. Great. The other one should stick with fur mom then. Oh, my. Yeah, we're okay. So it's -20. It was -22. Now it's -20. And it's supposed to get warmer today. And then it's going to rain, apparently. So, but it's going to get a lot warmer before it does that, obviously. But Mr. Jacob was hunkered down in his bachelor pad to a certain point last night, and then he ditched it and he went somewhere else. I don't know where he went. I hope he's okay. I can't get him off my mind today. When it's -20 or colder, I don't like it for him at all. That's just awful. That's just totally awful. Yeah, -12 is nasty. -20 is downright, like, you're near freezing to death. It's not good. Not good. No, of course you've never seen that. That's why smart people move to Florida. Smart people move to Florida. People like myself with no brains in their heads stay in Canada. Yeah, I know, Shofar Girl. I know. But, he's mine. I love him as much as I love my two indoors. And when I know he's suffering like that, it just, it tears my heart in two. I had a sleepless night because of it, and that, and my son as well. So, and there's two particular cases that I'm working with that he has a heat pad. It just doesn't do -22, right? -22 heat pad it's not enough. He's still freezing. I bought him a bachelor pad. I paid $300 and some for a house for him that's heated, but it doesn't handle -22. Nothing will handle that. That's ridiculous cold. People that don't live in Canada can't quite grasp what -22 is. It's colder than unless you're used to it. Like if you live in a place like that, you'll understand what -22 is. If you don't, you can't even fathom it. It's like if I went out there without a coat on right now, my life would be in danger in 10 minutes. My life would be in danger in 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, a beer will definitely freeze outdoors today real quick. I mean, I got to keep changing his water all the time because it just freezes in an hour in weather like this, which I have to do again. I forgot about his water this morning. Oh, my. Yes, it's one thing after another the last couple of days. Picture my tongue sticking to the glass and weather like that. It would. People have done that. There was a kid that stuck his tongue to a metal pole outside one day. Not here, but it was a well-known case that they didn't know what to do because, I mean, this kid was hating it. His tongue was stuck to that pole, and he couldn't get off of it. I mean, of all things to do, let me see if I can stick my tongue to the pole. And the kid knew that it would stick. That's why he did it. Okay, so you didn't think that really far ahead, did you? After you stick your tongue to the pole, what do you do then? What do you do then? Wow. Yes, this kid actually did that. They rescued him, and I think his tongue was all right, but he suffered pretty bad. Not good. Yeah, I know. I looked ahead for the weather. We're going to have a day or two of not so bad, and then it's going to back in the deep freeze. It's going to be. So, beginning of healing, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Yes, indeed. And I'm sure people left the live stream last night feeling much lighter, relieved, less chaotic, less anxious, less convicted, right? Because the unrepented sin manifests as anxiety and sadness and just internal chaos, basically. So you get that off your chest and off your shoulders, suddenly you feel a whole lot better and everything just gets peaceful. Like Ray said last night after his deliverance session, he said, I have a sense of peace now all of a sudden. Right on, that's what we want to see. So today we're going to talk about something else that can give you some peace, is letting go of worldly things. I did a stream on this, I don't know, probably about a month ago, maybe longer, might have been a month and a half or 2 months. Letting go of worldly things. And we made a list of the things that you should deep six, okay, get rid of. So these are things that are of the world that probably all of us have engaged in some point, and probably many of us still do. But I myself have really let go of the things of the world, even my rock music, which is shocking even to myself that I managed to do that, because that was my life. Okay, I'm a rock musician. That's what I did. That was basically my identity, was a rock and roll guitarist. That's what I did. And suddenly I realized, this is not pleasing to God at all. He really doesn't like Iron Maiden very much. He doesn't like Black Sabbath either. He doesn't like, he doesn't like any of it. Oh, somebody is beating on my door. I don't need anything shoveled, brother. Man, that's the third time that kid come back to shovel the driveway. He shoveled it. He came back an hour later because it started snowing again. But it had just started snowing. He's like, want me to shovel it again? No, dude. It just started to snow again. No. And then I went out and shoveled it last night. And here he is asking me if he can shovel it again when there's pretty much nothing there. Man. Oh, okay. He needs money. Yeah, obviously. He wants to shovel when there's no snow. No, I'm not just going to pay you to move your shovel around my driveway. I did. I paid him very well. Every time he's been here, he get paid extra, like just because. So that's what happens. April Star, from the star, she says. April Star. Well, Star is a very cool last name. Oh, wow. Oh, that is from Mr. Tojo. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, my man. Tojo is on the generosity drive again here. Being generous and donating to the ministry. Thank you so much, my buddy. He says, all glory to God. Indeed. And much gratitude to you. Sure we do the proper thank yous here. Thank you so much, my friend. There we go. Get that out of PayPal's grubby little fingers. We don't leave money there for sure. Thanks again, brother. Really, really appreciate it. So back to what we were saying. Worldly things. Worldly things. How often do you receive words of wisdom, prophecy, or prophecy? That's impossible to answer. You're welcome, April, because I never really know when it's coming or how often it's going to come. That's always different. And I never know how it's going to come. Sometimes, like I told a story the other day about the fivefold ministry and how the Lord taught me about that, and how he got me to add it to everything I was teaching people about isolation, coming out of isolation, getting into your purpose. And then the piece I needed to add on to that was the fivefold ministry. So he had a very unique way of teaching me that and bringing that to me. He had somebody that I'd worked with already, done deliverance with, email me asking me what I thought of the fivefold ministry. So I would have to do some research and learn about it, which I did. And then he had somebody a couple days later, who's in the chat right now, send me an email at a very crucial time when I just finished praying about being overwhelmed. And she sent me an email 2 minutes later after I asked for guidance and a recharge of my batteries. She emailed me within 2 minutes of that, even using the word overwhelmed in her email. Amazing. Totally amazing. And she also talked about the fivefold ministry. And I was like, wow. Okay, that one really blew me away. That was really cool. That was one of his best. But these are the ways he talks to me, right? And one of my favorite ways lately is if I take a nap, which I don't get to do very often. I wish I got to do that every day. I'm going to try to do it today because I didn't get hardly any sleep last night. If I take a nap, I set the alarm for a certain time. Whatever song wakes me up, there's a message in it. Every single time, there's a message in whatever song wakes me up on the alarm. So, from the window, there's a window back there. The sun is just at a certain place where it's shining in. Confirmation from the Holy Spirit, yep. And I got my faithful assistant behind me here. The temperature's up to minus 19, so it's 3 degrees better than it was. Yeah, I love when the sun comes in that window. It's nice in here. Yep, it feels good. Oh, I wish I could take a nap every day. I look at my schedule sometimes. I'm like, can I nap? No, it's not going to happen. Yeah, I've been praying a lot for that too. Yep. Now, I know he's going to be okay. the Lord is not going to let him go right now. I just know that. It's in my, yes, that's Celsius. It's real cold is what it is. It's insanely cold. And it gets worse here. It goes to minus 30. That's the worst it gets. I've had minus 30 last year a couple times. So. Oh, way colder than a freezer. That I made a video on that. For the people who lived in other parts of the world, I compared the temperature of your deep freeze with the temperature that it was outside the night I made the video. And it was like twice as cold. Twice as cold as your freezer. So, yeah. You're basically, your life is at risk when you're out in that. That's why I worry about Mr. Jacob. I mean, cats can freeze to death in that, right? If they don't find somewhere to go, like I think even the bachelor pad I gave him with the heating pad, it's low voltage. They don't make them that they get really warm, right? They get warm, but not. And it stopped working for a bit, but now it's working again, so that's good at least. At least it was working last night. And he'll go in it up to a point, but then he must have something better because he gives up on that and takes off when it gets really, really cold. I don't know where he goes. Your son turns into a blessing for things to move forward for you. It's strange. I thought about it last night. Already the blessings, there's blessings in disguise all the time. The Lord works in mysterious ways, as somebody just said. He really does. So, of course, my son being in the hospital is a bad thing. Of course it is. But already it brought peace between my father and I after 11 years, 10, 11 years, whatever, 10 years. 10 years we haven't spoken. Him mattered, and you could imagine saying all this terrible, terrible stuff. And I don't fight back at all. I don't bother with it. But that ended last night. In 30 seconds, that's over. So that already came out of it. My Aunt Diane, who's got a real problem with my father, they don't get along anymore. They stopped talking over a year ago. Now she's considering having a phone call with him and making peace with him too. So there's going to be some more peace. And I think this is the thing that's going to get my son finally on track again after he's recovered from this. I just have a feeling he's going to get on a different track after this. Okay, so good things come from terrible events all the time. You don't want that event to happen, no, but when it does, sometimes it's the Lord's way of making something else happen. So, yep. Never as bad as it's good for something. Yep. This is one of those things. It's an ugly situation on the surface, but I see other things already taking place, and I've learned a blessing in disguise. Well, me getting fired 2 weeks after my wife got fired one time was where I learned it. She got fired. Well, she got laid off, and then I got fired. So the two of us were unemployed within 2 weeks of each other. But that resulted in me being a guitar teacher and owning my own music school and all the other stuff I did. If it wasn't for getting fired that day, none of that would have happened. So it was a blessing in disguise. So I learned from that. Okay, when things look ugly, call this high wind the small dog warning. Okay. Small dog warning. Why? Because they'll blow away. Don't go outside of your small dog. You'll blow away in the wind. Thank you, Roy. So the devil does something and God says, now this is what I'm doing. He is far above it. Yep. The Lord uses the most ugly things in good ways. He just does. He just does. Yep. Yep. The only thing I'm struggling with is not worrying about Mr. Jacob. I know the Lord's got him in his hands, but my heart hurts so bad knowing how cold he is out there. It's tearing me apart knowing he's out there in that. I can't stand it. And I got a warm house, and I let him in. I tried an experiment last week. Actually, about maybe 2 weeks ago. It was really cold out. So I let him in, and I blocked my cats in a room and put their litter box and everything in there. And so he could come in, and there was no problem. And I put some food at the entrance of the door to lure him in. He come in. It was minus 18 or something outside. It was really cold. I figured he'd want in. No way. He come in, and all he was worried about was the door being kept open so he could run out when he wanted. He did not want to be trapped. That was his only concern. Didn't care about the warmth. Didn't care about none of it. Cared about, is that door going to stay open for me so I can leave when I want to? So I had to, every time he turned around and tested the door, I had to open it. And as soon as I closed it, he'd freak out. So I can't even let him in because even if I block my cats in another room, he won't come in. He just won't. So that just breaks my heart. When it's really cold like that, I would block my cats in the other room and let him in if he'd come in and just hang out. But he's too paranoid that I'm going to trap him. And he is wild, right? And that's what wild animals think. Oh, I wish I could, Donna. I wish I could. That's what they're all like. They don't want to be trapped, right? That's their main concern. And I understand, and also being able to see and know that danger's coming. So if he can't see his full surroundings, he's not happy. Marie Kate, just know that we don't allow emojis or symbols, but welcome just the same. Somebody's in a band. 6:45 or 6:47, sorry. No, that's not what the name of the band is. Don't know. But somebody's in a band, obviously. Lots of jamming going on. Oh, maybe that's the name. Breathe. Yeah, I can't quite read that. Anyhow, welcome to my live stream. I think you're going to like it. I just live outside. It's snowing, so they just huddle together, the kitties. Yeah. I'm hoping that's what Mr. Jacob does with somebody. I went out to check on him last night, and what did I see? Another one running by at the same moment in minus 20. So then I felt bad for him. I don't even know who the other cat was, but felt bad for that one too. I'm still waiting to hear, Steve. I haven't received any more information. I'm waiting to hear. I could get a phone call during this live stream. Hey, Ben. Hope you're doing good, brother. So, abide in the world. I think they have some pretty good doctrine on theology. That's good. So, we're going to talk more about our topic now. Half hour in, we should probably get to it. So, letting go of things of the world. Gonna make, and I'll even write them in the chat. Gonna make a list of some things that you need to put away on your walk with God. Okay. Some of these, I'm not going to say you need to put away. Some of these, I just recommend you do. Some of them you need to put away. Okay. Some of them you need to just ignore from now on. Here's our first one. Stop watching the news. This is so important. Stop watching the news, especially if you watch CNN or Fox or NBC or CBS. I'm glad they put BS in there. CBS. See this BS. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay? Stop watching the news. Oh, we're getting there. He's the king. We're going to get there. Don't worry. You know that's coming. You know that's coming. Stop watching the news, folks. The news is poisonous to your brain cells. Pure poison. If it wasn't for the news, there wouldn't have been a pandemic. Okay, if everybody would have shut off the news, click, 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 just turn those TVs off. If it wasn't for that, there wouldn't have been a pandemic. It wouldn't have existed. Certified BS. That's right, Adrienne. Just remember, no emojis or symbols in our chat here, please. But welcome. Glad to have you here. No TV in my house. Sweet. That's perfect. 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 Okay. Something shocking. Well, it makes sense is sometimes they lie. No. Liam, we need to correct you here. Folks, somebody tell Liam how often they lie. Can someone tell Liam how often they lie? He needs a correction on this. He said sometimes they lie. Always. Okay. There's never a time they're not lying, dude. They're lying to you every word they say. They are at least exaggerating or spinning. Okay, they have something called spin. When you go to journalism school, they should be ashamed of themselves teaching this. You might walk into the class one day and like, okay, class, today we're going to learn about spin. Okay, spin. When you want to inform the public in a deceitful manner. I mean, that's what it's called, spin, because they spin it to sound something like something good, but it's not. It's not. Okay, they're going to spin it their way. Unbelievable. They teach journalists to do this. Like, what kind of world are we in when we're teaching the ones who are supposed to be on the side of the people? That's what a journalist job used to be. The journalist was there to keep an eye on the government, to keep an eye on the politicians, make sure they didn't get corrupt, to hold them accountable for the things that they're doing, to research what's behind the scenes and tell the people what's going on. That used to be the job of a journalist. Not anymore. Now the journalist is a slopaganda expert for the politicians. They actually work for them now. They work for the intelligence agencies. Okay? If you look at all the really well-known journalists, their families have been involved in journalism for a long time and all have ties to the CIA. That's what the journalists are, intelligence agents. Do not watch the news, period. Don't bother with it at all. At all. What you watch is independent news. People like You Can Trust Redacted. Okay, You Can Trust Redacted. He goes out on a limb and talks about things no one else would even talk about because they get in trouble. He doesn't care. He does it anyway. There's a few of them that you can watch. Stay away from that mainstream stuff. Stay away from that mainstream stuff. Okay, that's number one. Somebody else already just mentioned number two. Social media. Poison. Poison. A scourge of the world. There's nothing good about social media. Nothing. Not a single thing. Okay, not a single thing. Take your social media account, delete it today. If you got Facebook, if you got Instagram, if you got X, whatever you got, delete it. Delete it. It's not helping you any. It's not bringing you closer to God at all. It's taking you away from God. It's putting things in front of you that you don't even want to see. You can want to be godly, but you go on Facebook, you're going to see very ungodly things no matter what. Your eyes and ears are going to take in things they shouldn't. Stay away from social media garbage. Okay, that is just as important as staying away from the news. Get rid of Facebook is right. Get rid of it. It's not a thing good about it, folks. Social media was the main driving force in the destruction of society. That's the biggest thing that did it, was Facebook. And if you think Mark Zuckerberg invented Facebook, you are incorrect. He did not invent Facebook. The CIA and DARPA invented Facebook. This is a known, documented, proven fact. Mark Zuckerberg was chosen to be the face, to make you think that he made it in his dorm room. Interesting story. He didn't make that in his dorm room at all. It's a bunch of garbage. The CIA and DARPA made Facebook. Why would the CIA and DARPA make Facebook? Because they're enemies to their own people. And that's what Facebook is, a weapon. It's a weapon and a surveillance tool. It's nothing else. A weapon and surveillance tool. Okay? Facebook started the very next day. Yes, some of you know the history on this. I know the history of it really well. It's completely CIA and DARPA. That's who made it. So stay away from all social media. Instagram is the same thing. Instagram is actually responsible for a whole lot of destruction among the young female population because they can't keep up to the standards of what a nice body is supposed to be and how your looks are supposed to be. So that the young girls end up wanting to self-delete because of it. Terrible, terrible stuff. Okay, that's number 2. So now we got news is number 1. Social media is number 2. 3. Whoop. Too many letters. Number 3 is Hollywood movies. Yes, they're entertaining. Yes, they can be exciting in the theater. All the surround sound, all the speakers around you. And they even have these 3D ones. I went and saw Avatar with the glasses on and all that stuff. Made me sick to my stomach, actually, because it was a lot. I'm scared of heights. And there was some heights in that movie where you actually felt like you were actually up there. Made me almost throw up in the theater. So, as a deliverance minister, guess how often I see people having demonic trouble because of Hollywood movies, horror movies. People like gore, blood, murder, demons, darkness, the devil, hell, all that stuff that the Lord doesn't want you taking in your eyes and ears. Okay? All that stuff. That's what you're going to get out of Hollywood movies. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Don't forget TikTok. I consider that sort of like social media. Get rid of TikTok, too. TikTok is terrible. YouTube has its problems, but that's the reason I'm on this one. This is the only one I would say is fit to have at all. Okay, because there are some good channels here, like this one, who are trying to bring people to God. So if you're watching a godly channel on YouTube, that's what to do with it. Just stay away from the slop. Okay, even YouTube has a lot of slop. Stay away from it. But Hollywood movies, you're going to take in things in your eyes and ears that the Lord doesn't want you to take in. And you're going to open up portals with them. So Hollywood movies will literally open up demonic portals and allow demons in. Just watching one horror movie, and you could end up with that. Okay? Stay away from Hollywood movies too. There are a few. Now, I say stay away. I advise everybody to watch The Adjustment Bureau. That's a very good, wholesome movie. It's a very good one. There's another one I recommend people watch. It's called The Street Cat Named Bob. Man, that is one of the best movies ever. That movie is so good. There are a few you can watch, okay, here and there. Now and then somebody will make a good one that's not going to cause you problems. So go ahead and watch that. But don't watch the big blockbuster ones, right? Oh, is that a book too, Ben? I didn't know that. Yeah, I can't speak on the Passion of the Christ because I didn't watch it. I don't know. Wiped up all the media sorcery. God raised up a standard. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so we got number 1 is the news. No, I haven't watched that either. He's the King, so I can't speak on it. Number 1 is the news. Number 2 is social media. Number 3 is Hollywood movies. Of course, right after Hollywood movies is going to be the one that have destroyed me to give up, but secular music. You got to choose your music really carefully. Music will also open up portals and cause you demonic issues big time. You got to be very choosy with. How did it go down to minus 21 again? What is up with that? We had minus 19, now it's minus 21 again. Come on now. Don't go back the other way. Oh, that is something else. It says minus 20 actually. And another hour is supposed to be minus 18. Then 2 hours from then it's supposed to be minus 14. Please warm up. Please warm up. It's a good movie called Miracles from Heaven. That's good. There is a few, so like I say, just be careful and be choosy. Your music, like I said already, I had to give it all up, all the rock and roll. And that was, if I can give up rock and roll, anybody can. I lived and breathed it all my life. That's all I did. I still can't even believe I did it successfully. And it's years now. I haven't bothered with rock music at all. Going to Tommy's and eating a meal and having it play on their stereo, that's the only rock music I've taken into my ears at all. Okay, I don't listen to any in this house, not a bit. So anybody can do it if I can do it. The one problem is it stopped me from playing guitar because I don't. If I pick up my guitar, I don't even know what to play because that's all I've ever played. So it's a bit of a problem that way. I can play my own music that I wrote, but that's it. That's all I can do. Well, rock is part of pop culture, complex autist. It's part of it. Pop culture is made up of music, movies, literature. It's made up of everything. It's not, you can't say there's a separation between pop culture and rock. Rock is part of pop culture. It's an element of it. So I'm not sure what you think pop culture is. If you think there's a separation there, like, you must be a little confused on what pop culture means. Pop culture is made up, that's the umbrella. Popular culture is made up of many different things. All the things you see on social media, all the little phrases everybody uses, the fact that everybody types LOL, right? That's part of pop culture. That's another reason we don't, and using emojis, also part of pop culture. That's why we don't like it here. It's not the only reason, it's one of the reasons. We want people to strive to be intellectuals, right? That's what we want. And pop culture does not help you to strive to be an intellectual. It helps you strive to be an idiot, basically. That's what pop culture wants you to be. It wants you to be, I mean, you're right. Pop culture did a lot of damage. It sure did. And rock and roll is a big part of it. Rock and roll is a big part of it. Yes, Shakespeare was early pop culture. That's correct. Yep. Yep. Shakespearean novels or Shakespearean plays were definitely part of pop culture back then. I saw Justin Bieber just praised Jesus live on stage when he mentioned Jesus. The place erupted in a positive way. Oh yeah. No, I know that for sure. Justin Bieber has gone to Jesus. Yes, several people that you wouldn't expect that have done that, and of course he has. Look what's happened to him. He's seen the dark side. Justin Bieber saw the pits of hell. So if you see the pits of hell, you know there's another side, right? You know that's one side. You know there's another side. So Justin Bieber knows. Oh yeah, no, that was inevitable. That was inevitable. Once you see the pits of hell like he did, you're either going to join it or you're going to go the complete opposite way. That's what's going to happen. And he went the complete opposite way. He was a good guy. There's nothing. Everybody was picking on him for years because he was hanging out with them rappers, and he had guns in his car, and he was speeding up and down the road in his neighborhood and causing a fuss and getting all these charges from the cops. It was because of the rappers he was hanging out with, and they took him from age 15 and molded him into that. That boy had no choice. He's a victim, not a perpetrator. He's a victim. But I had no idea if that's the case. I had no idea about that. Wow. I totally did not know that. Not surprising though. So okay, we got number 1 is stop watching the news. Number 2, delete your social media. Number 3, stop watching Hollywood movies. Number 4, deep six your secular music. Okay, and there is some regular music that's fine. I always tell people listen to ABBA. ABBA's great. Nothing wrong with ABBA. There are the odd songs that, like on when I was in Score Pizza the other day, they played ABBA. Gimme, 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 a man after midnight. Don't listen to that song. That's one of the only bad ones they wrote. But that's not a good song. That's basically encouraging fornication. So stay away from that one. But there is a little bit of secular music you can enjoy, and it isn't bad. But be very choosy. Okay, now we're going to do one that is just my opinion, and not everybody's going to agree. I think pretty much everybody here could agree on my first 4. Okay? But this one is a matter of opinion. And I'm going to give you the main example of it. Professional sports, bread and circuses. Bread and circuses. The best example of that being wrestling and UFC and boxing. And I have to say, when I think about it, even car racing, because people are looking for the cars to crash and blow up, and that's what people like. That's what's exciting to them. I discovered when I went to a superbike competition, the only time I ever went to one, it was quite exciting to watch them race. But what I found out was everybody was waiting for them to crash. That's what everybody wanted to see, was the crashes. So you're talking bread and circuses, right? It's bread and circuses. So my honest opinion is that bread and circuses are poisonous to you. Oh, we're getting there, Michelle. We're getting there. We're getting there. We got lots more to go. We get all kinds more. Don't worry. Bread and circuses, the original, if any of you don't know, that was a Roman poet. Can't remember how you say his name. Starts with an L. He coined that phrase, bread and circuses, to describe what the government was doing. They had free grain for the people and spectacles like chariot races and gladiator games and things like that. And he said, give the people bread and circuses, and they will not pay attention to what we're doing, what the government's doing. That was the point of bread and circuses, was to take everybody's attention off of what the government was doing. So here, watch over here while I do something else over here. That was the plan. That's what bread and circus is for. Okay, so pizza later. Not today, I don't think. It's minus 21 outside. And I get some personal issues that require me to stay home and wait by the phone. So no, I won't be going anywhere today, I don't think. So your professional sports is really mind-numbing. It's really mind-numbing. It's especially in places like Australia. Okay, Australia, everybody and their dog is a big sports fan. They live for it. The men think if you don't watch sports and you don't get involved in sports, there's something wrong with you. You'll be an outcast in their society. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I would never survive in Australia because, I mean, if they had football championship or an international show about pocket lint, I'd go to the show about pocket lint first. Okay, I'd be more interested in the pocket lint than I would watching the football. Okay, I like what Jed Clampett said in Beverly Hillbillies years ago. He watched hockey for the first time, and Mr. Drysdale was talking to him. Yeah, I watched some hockey last night. Mr. Drysdale, oh, and what'd you think of it? Well, I sent him a check. Why would you do that? He said, well, we're all going around, skating around that ice, chasing after the same piece of rubber. I sent them a check so they could each buy their own. That makes sense. Why are they all chasing the same one? Can't somebody just buy them each their own? They don't have to fight over the same one. I mean, leave it to Jed Clampett to see that. So I'm with Jed. Buy them all their own ball, their own puck. They don't have to fight over it. They don't have to chase around after the same one. I can't believe people are entertained watching them do it. It's really interesting how they got people to be interested in such silliness. It's so juvenile to me, I can't even stand it. Can't even stand it. Now, to go out and play a sport is different. I'm not talking about, if you like playing baseball, you like playing soccer, whatever, go ahead and do it. That's fine. It's good exercise. It's fun. That's fine. Talking about bread and circuses. Yes, and they'll literally sit in bars and fight over whose team is better. And it's like, oh, can you guys stop? Please stop. Stop doing that. Like it's unbelievably juvenile. It really is. So, okay, that's number 5. So let's recap. We got don't watch the news. Get rid of your social media. Stop watching Hollywood movies. Put down secular music. Avoid bread and circuses. Okay. Now, let's see. Which one shall I do next? Yep. The one that Michelle said, that's next. Video games. These are a scourge. These are literally a scourge. And they use real digital sorcery in them. Okay, those who make them use digital sorcery. People don't understand what digital sorcery is, but it can take many forms. Images flashing, sounds, intermittent sounds coming on, all these different things can be used together to create a total mindset. Okay, we'll say it can take your mind into a hypnotic trance. That's what they do. They have figured out through extreme research. Okay, they've done some crazy research to discover how to put people into a trance. And they figured it out. They know exactly how to put people into a trance. And people are sitting there mindlessly, not even understanding it. You call yourself Charles Manson. Yeah, I thought so. Goodbye, Chris. Charles Manson. Well, that's a good way to just slip in under the radar. No one's going to notice that, Chris. Calling yourself Charles Manson. No, never would notice that. Come on, you can do better than that, brother. At least make me work for it. At least make me work for it. Charles Manson, I mean, why didn't you just call your account I Am Chris? Why didn't you do that? Man, it's more fun when you make me work for it. Come on, come back with another one. You can do better next time. No, it's not. It's not. Its account was made a couple hours ago or 5 minutes ago, whatever. It was made today. It's Chris. Video games, online. Thousands of humans giving their energy to these spells. Correct. Chris, it's a long story. He's somebody that just shows up every day with a new account to get blocked. Daughter plays video games. You can't get her attention. It's so sad. She's in a trance. She's literally in a trance. Okay? Yeah, Donna, I spent months trying to help him. It's a long story. It's a long story. He's from Australia. He's a 28-year-old man from Australia with no mentor in his life. So he never learned any proper anything, really. He has no one to teach him anything. And he ended up, unfortunately, demon infested. And he's nasty. He's just nasty. So trying to help him wasn't possible because he's already at the point where he's just super nasty. I did what I could for him for months. I tried and tried. It's going to be used as a vessel to help others, but never find a soulmate or a proper relationship. It's quite possible you're going to be completely alone, Dax. Like myself, 10 years here, totally alone. There's no partner in sight. There's none of it. That might be the way it is. You're going to be used as a vessel, exactly. Just like you just described. That might continue on and on and on. And that might be the way your life's going to be. Yep. There's Kirk is the same way. There's many of us. If you look through the Bible, it's quite possible, or it's quite common for prophets to live solitary lives. And it looks like that's what he's using me for. So quite possibly, there's not going to be any Mrs. Buzz. I don't think there's going to be a Mrs. Buzz. That's how it is. Yep, been alone for 20 years. Starting of 16 years alone here. There you go. A lot of us are going to stay that way. Now, I'm not saying you're going to stay that way. I don't know. Only God knows. I've asked him for it not to be that way because it's excruciating sometimes. And also, just for me, it's really hard to do everything that needs to be done. To do my job, clean the house, look after my cats, field all these calls for help. And it's like, whoa. I mean, my brain's going to explode pretty soon, right? Well, no, but I am in a physical sense, and there's too much work for one man. That's the problem. There's too much work. He's going to have to supply a maid or something. I need some help. I can't do it all myself. It's not possible. It's literally not possible. For it to be done properly, there needs to be another person involved. There's just no question about that. So there's no way I can do it all. I'm slipping behind a little bit each day because it's too much. It's too much. Well, that's not necessarily true, Michelle. But says them they don't understand. Each of us has to understand warfare. Yes. So, video games is number 6. Okay, so let's recap. Number 1, stop watching the news. Number 2, get rid of your social media. Number 3, Hollywood movies. Stop. Totally. Except A Street Cat Named Bob and a few other, Adjustment Bureau, a few other movies. Be very choosy. Number 4, secular music. Gotta go. Number 5, avoid bread and circuses, mainly professional sports. And number 6, video games. Video games require adjustment tool number 1. Adjustment tool 1 will solve your video game problem. Okay. What is next? What is next? Oh. Can't forget this one. Pagan celebrations. Pagan celebrations. There's a whole bunch of them. And that's number 7. I should have wrote the number there. Pagan celebrations. Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, all of them. All of them. Okay? They're man-made They're not godly. They're pagan in origin. Throw away your pagan celebrations. When Saturnalia rolls around next time, don't have nothing to do with it. When Easter rolls around, don't have nothing to do with it. Don't be buying no eggs and bunnies. That is completely pagan stuff. Can't believe Christians do that and they don't understand what they're doing. Completely bad to celebrate pagan celebrations. There's not a single thing godly about them. Nothing. They are completely pagan. Every one of them. And while we're at it, let's add Halloween, of course. To see a Christian, a Bible-believing follower of Christ, I should say, celebrating Halloween is one of the most shocking things ever. If you can't tell that Halloween is the holiday of the devil, I mean, maybe there is no hope for you. Maybe there is no hope for you. If you can't tell that Halloween is the holiday of the devil, wow. I mean, it could not be any more obvious. Okay? Could not be any more obvious. Robert McGuffey. Hello, Robert McGuffey. No Santa sleigh here. I think you agree with me on the pagan celebrations. Oh, this is the campus marijuana guy, though. Yes, I never really got to the bottom of what you meant by all that stuff. But Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. I like that part. No Halloween. Nope. And no emojis or symbols either. That way I only celebrate the 7 feasts in Leviticus. Very nice. Well, it's all pagan. So if you celebrate it, you're celebrating Saturnalia. I've looked very deeply into it, and there's nothing good, according to the Bible, there's nothing good about pagan celebrations at all. So saying that there's something good in it, I would actually repent for that. Because you're saying there's something good in pagan celebrations. I don't think you should do that. Corinthians 10:21. Or is it 1 Corinthians? 1 Corinthians 10:21. Ten 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the table of the Lord and the table of demons. And that's what celebrating Christmas is. That's exactly what it is. Because it's all pagan. It is the celebration of the fallen ones. And you're just sort of getting around it by saying, oh, no, it's about the birth of Jesus. But it's not. It's not about that at all. So anything you have to do with it, you're celebrating a pagan celebration. Completely. I don't think there's anything wrong with dancing, Richard, as long as it's reasonable dancing. I don't think there's anything wrong with dancing to music a bit. Just obviously there's limits to it. Dressing the children up in costumes with fake blood. I know. Tell me about it. No, Jesus was not born on Christmas. No one knows when he was born, Richard. No one has any idea when he was born. Did you actually believe he was born on December 25th? You got to be kidding me. No. Nobody knows when he was born. How would we know? Bible doesn't tell us. Ecclesiastes 34, that'd be a whole chapter, Steve. Can't read a whole chapter, brother. Well, tippy toes to nose, I would avoid saying anything positive about the celebration because it's Saturnalia, masked and disguised as something you think is about a good time to be with people, and you're celebrating a pagan ritual. When you get together with people at that time, because it's that time, you're celebrating a pagan ritual. If you weren't, you'd be treating it like any other day, and you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't exchange gifts. You wouldn't have a Christmas tree. You'd just go about your day like any other day, like I do. That's not celebrating the pagan ritual. But as soon as you get together with family and you're celebrating and doing your big family dinner, you're celebrating Saturnalia. Remember that next year. That's what you're doing when you do that. And the Lord is very clear in the Bible, do not celebrate pagan rituals. He doesn't like them at all. There's several references to it throughout the Bible. Have nothing to do with them. Ignore them completely. That's the only way to get around it, is to ignore them totally. Getting together with people, that's good. Don't do the tree. There's a specific verse in the Bible about the tree. And Saturnalia was about giving gifts. So if you're exchanging gifts, you're celebrating Saturnalia directly. That's where the whole tradition of gift giving comes from. Closing down all the stores for a couple of weeks. That's from Saturnalia. There's a whole bunch of things. If you look up what Saturnalia was, drinking. Drinking was Saturnalia. That's get drunk for 2 weeks. Same deal. What do people do on Christmas? They get drunk for 2 weeks. It's nothing to do with Jesus. Yep. Well, about that I will. The Christmas thing really, I've always, even before I realized it was Saturnalia, I used to look at people celebrating it and say, do you really think this is about Jesus Christ? Are you serious? There's nothing to do with Jesus Christ anywhere. I'd look around at what everybody was doing, like, are you kidding me? I always felt that way. I never understood how anybody got deceived by that. Because you can see, if you know anything about Jesus Christ, you can't find a single thing about him through the whole Saturnalia holiday. Nothing. Maybe a nativity scene. You might see that. That's about it. That's about it. Frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Yeah, you might see reference to that, and you might see a nativity scene. That's really it. Other than that, you see pagan. Santa Claus was little elves, little demons. That's what elves are. I have to instruct people to get the elves out of their house so they don't open up demonic doors. And yet on Jesus' birthday, we say elves are making toys for children. I mean, oh, duh. Like work-based salvation, kind of. Well, the Catholic religion is a whole other thing. It's Elvis and elf. That's an interesting question there, Cully. Things can become very addictive, easily social media, being online, watching TV, etc. Grace, basically that is true. The world, I mean, what's that scripture I'm looking for? Give me 1 second. There's a particular scripture. Second Corinthians 4:18 is one. 2 Corinthians 4:18. Here we go. This one. While we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So these things that we see that look attractive to us, they're just temporary, fleeting things. They're empty. They're totally empty. Okay? Empty, empty, empty. I don't know, Richard. That's a weird question. I have no idea. So, there's another scripture too. One sec. 1 John 2, 15 to 16. 1 John 2, 15 to 16. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not the Father, but is of the world. So, these things you're giving up, they're just things of the world. Okay? Hence the title, Letting Go of the Things of the World. That's what I called this live stream. They're just worldly things. People say, well, then I can't do anything. I can't do anything. That's not true. Okay? That's not true. You can play music. You can do art. You can engage in recreation like sport. I wouldn't watch professional sports, but go ahead and play them yourself. You can get on a bicycle and ride it. You can go swimming. You can go in a canoe. Go out in the water in a canoe. Go ahead. Why can't you do anything? I'm not telling you can't do anything. I'm just giving you a list of some things you'd be better off not doing. Okay? These things I'm talking about, other than the music, I don't even like any of them. I don't like watching the news. I don't like social media. I don't like Hollywood movies. I do like rock music, okay? That one I'm still missing a bit, but I'm dealing with it. Never like video games. Can't stand them. Like, for me, these things shouldn't even be that difficult to get rid of because there's no quality in them. Okay, there's no quality in any of those things. Playing a guitar or a piano or a set of drums. Drums are so fun, I can't even describe it. Drums are really fun. Okay, those things have quality. Okay, those things have quality. But the things we're talking about giving up here don't. They're garbage. Why would anybody care about giving up social media? Who cares? Junk. That's just junk. Why would anyone care about it? I don't understand. Or the news. Why would you care about not watching the news? You'll be a whole lot happier if you don't. I promise. The news is meant to keep you in a certain state of mind, a certain level of panic, a certain level of anxiety. No, I wouldn't listen to that. Rage Against the Machine, definitely not. Keep you in fear. Yes, it's to keep you in a certain level of fear and panic and anxiety. That's what it's about. Well, I would stay away from it, Rose of Sharon. I think the news is detrimental to the mind. I think it's extremely detrimental to the mind. All right, so we're going to recap what we've done here. We got 7. Number 1, the news. Number 2, social media. Number 3, Hollywood movies. Number 4, secular music. Number 5, bread and circuses. Which is pro sports. Number 6, video games. Number 7, what was the one I just said? What was the last one I just said, folks? Why am I drawing a blank here? The pagan celebrations. Thank you. Pagan celebrations. We could say television as well. Actually, let's make 8 that, because that's not really Hollywood movies. We'll make number 8 regular TV. Again, adjustment tool number 1 will work very well for number 8. Okay, it'll work on number 6, which is the video games. Well, it'll work. It'll work on pretty much all of them, I suppose. there's parts of all of them you could use adjustment tool number 1, but it's really good for number 8. You can solve your TV problem in an instant and never have to worry about it again. Is showing the rude finger a sin? Yeah, I missed you that time. That's a better one, Chris. That's a better one. Better one. At least it wasn't Charles Manson. You know, you had me for a little bit. I didn't bother to take the time to check your account. So 1 point for you. We'll give you a point for that one. You did all right. Try again. YouTube will get sick of you eventually starting new accounts. There is a limit to how many they'll let you do. But you'll figure that out as you go when you lose your account that you really care about, because you opened up too many fake ones and YouTube takes you down totally. Then you'll understand you shouldn't have done that. I'm going to please the Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Well, that's good. God's cue ball, that's a whole chapter. I can't read a whole chapter. Yeah, well, that's actually the reason I made that number 1, Kirk, is because that's the most important one to not do. That's the biggest one. That's why I made it number 1. Watching the news can, if you watch it and believe something they say that isn't true, it can make such a mess in your life. Believe in their garbage. That's their job, is to deceive you. That's their whole job. It's what their training's all about. How to deceive you. Yeah, I've prayed for him too, Donna, and I do wish the best for him, but it's a very sad situation, believe me. Believe me. He's demon infested, Andrea. He has demons. You told me another reason you like to watch the news too, Kirk. You fessed up to me one day about that. Which is the reason I used to watch the news too. I don't do that no more. So, wow, we got 100 people in the chat again. That's pretty cool. Glad to see such a good turnout. We like having over 100 people here. That's groovy. Very groovy. So, anybody who hasn't smashed away at the like button, if you wouldn't mind doing so, that'd be great. Give us some of that smashery. Yeah, it's time for me to go too. It's up to minus 18. Wow, at least the temperature is rising. Poor Mr. Jacob. Oh, I hope he's doing all right. Hopefully I'll see him soon. Groovy and love the hat. Thank you very much, Robert. Appreciate that, brother. People need to go and submit themselves and stay under a pastor daily. Yep. Submit, the demon's not letting them. That's right. That's right. I've got a case on it right now that would chill you to your bone. Oh, it's just vicious and brutal. I can't believe what's going on. Worst thing I've seen yet in all my days doing this. The one case I have right now is the worst thing I've seen to date. It's, oh, okay, gotta go. Actually, just hang on. I'll be back in a second. Of course, when I'm waiting for a phone call for big news, I get a robocall. Of course. That's exactly when that would happen. So, hope everybody gets something out of that this morning, and I hope a lot of social media accounts are deleted today. I hope the news ratings drop just a little bit more. And I hope you all set yourselves free from all these worldly things that aren't serving you in a positive way at all. They're doing nothing but contaminating your mind, body, and soul. So say goodbye to bread and circuses. Say goodbye to those video games. Say goodbye to things of the world. And remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.